of their investigation. That's what you have to do.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, on what the walkthrough, I understand what you're saying, but the walkthrough does not classify interior of the walls of the pipes.
I'm going to make this very clear to you because you look like a very nice man and you've testified honestly. What kind of property did you rent to the plaintiff?
It was a condo.
2 bedrooms?
Yes.
Who signed the lease?
Sima and Asia Johnson.
Your first name is?
Sima.
And this is your daughter?
Yes.
Did you sign the lease on the apartment because both you and your daughter intended to live there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did both you?
No.
How much did they pay on the 1st of April?
$16.95. And when they gave me their 30-day notice, they asked if their portion of May could be taken out of the deposit.
Okay. With whom did you have that conversation?
Both Sima and Asia.
Where did that conversation take place?
At my current residence when they handed me the notice.
I'm going?
Yes.
Good. So you already understand, Miss Johnson, that I don't believe a word that you said to me before. You do understand that.
I understand what you're saying, yes.
I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. So you moved out in May, and according to your lease, the lease started on the 14th of the month, which means it terminated the 4th lease.
Yes.
I'd like to take a look at it. Okay, so let's get the point where the defendant says that you really weren't living there. A woman knows the address of where she lived for a year. You got my drift?
Yes.
Address.
Don't remember.
Stand up next to your mother. Now, what you want is your security deposit back.
Correct.
You moved out in May. On what date in May?
I believe it was the 14th.
Not believe. What date in May?
The 14th.
But that was after you did the walkthrough with her.
Okay.
You did the walkthrough. You both acknowledged the premises were in satisfactory condition.
But I wasn't aware that the HOA was going to pass on the bill.
You were aware of the fact that there was a leak in his unit.
Right, and they were investigating whether or not it was going to be negligent.
Then you shouldn't have finished the walkthrough. You should have made it subject to the completion of them and one other person.
Well, no, prior to them moving in, no tenants.
There were no tenants.
No, he lived there directly.
Any problems with him?
No, ma'am.
Now, how often did you see Miss Johnson?
I have never seen her at the unit.
Never.
Never.
Maybe that's because he works most nights.
I didn't know the people were in and out. Is that right?
Correct.
You have any witnesses to that?
I do, actually.
How are you related to this case?
I live below his unit.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived there for 16 years.
How many tenants has Mr. LaJoy had in that unit?
Up until now?
Somebody doesn't testify honestly, it really grishes me to give them any money.
Sure.
However, the defendant was aware, well before he did the walkthrough, that there was a flood in your apartment, correct? That's his obligation to ascertain the cause of that prior to signing off on the that deposit. So that means that your deposit was $1,500.
My assumption is...
Not your assumption.
Okay.
Is that what it says here? It was a non-refundable.
Pet deposits are not non-refundable.
Does it say non-refundable?
Yes,
in
it
here?
does, ma'am.
Find it.
Fourth, 2014, and...
No, I understand that, sir.
Okay.
I'm getting that. But if you're talking about internal plumbing issues, then what you do is you have to make sure that that's done before you do a walkthrough. You can't say I'm doing a walkthrough on the premises and then say, well, a month later or 2 months later, it turns out that there's something else there that I didn't see in 2014. But then they stayed on as month-to-month tenants, correct?
Correct.
Which means that if the next month's rent was due on March 14th, did they pay that rent? March to April?
Yes, they paid it on April 1st for the month of April.
So then they started to pay on the 1st of the month?
Yes.
Did they pay on the first? Other rooms, everything else? You could have accepted in this walkthrough any internal damage that you were aware of as a result of the leak. You could have done that, but you didn't.
I do have a text message saying that the only thing I'm docking your deposit for is the rent of May, as well as the plumbing bill that the HOA passed on, and she...
Refundable, that's clearly what it says here. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
So you had a security deposit of $1,500 and half the rent because you asked them to take out half the rent, correct?
Correct.
So how much do you think he owes you?
$13.95.
Where do you get $13.95?
Minus the 5, according to your non-refundable.
On it, the tenant accepts the entire leased premises in good condition.
After all of the damage was fixed, repaired to the tenant below's house, I got a text message from him saying that there was a waterfall in his living
When?
room. This was back in February, March, and April.
And sir, that's your obligation to say, I'm not signing off on this walkthrough. Exterior.
Now, they did receive a refund of their deposit.
Could you sit down?
They did receive a refund in their deposit just over $100, which was basically the difference between the amount the HOA was assessing me for damages caused because of plumbing issues.
Conversation with him?
Yes.
And did he agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And how much was their deposit?
$1,500.
That's not true.
How much was your deposit?
2,000.
You have proof of that?
We have the check.
I'd
There
like to
was a
see it.
$500, per the lease, $500 non-refundable pet deposit.
Is that correct? Did you have a pet?
I did have a
We
pet.
did have a pet.
So that was a non on 5/9/2014.
Yes, he did.
You signed off on this, sir.
The walkthrough that the premises was left in good order. These bills came on May 12th.
I don't care when they came.
Okay.
They lived there for a year. How do you know that the issues that were referred to there had to do with their year's tenant?
Negligence of the tenant. There was over $5,000 in plumbing damages, as well as $10,000 in restoration damages, and the HOA covered most of it, minus the $785, which stated on these two bills specifically point the finger at the tenant being the cause of the issue.
You signed.
Nielsen, it's time to get the answers for you and Caden.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm ready for the results, Ron.
Yes, ma'am.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Nielsen versus Davis, when it...
You to prove to me, Mr. LaJoy,
Okay.
why they are not entitled to that back. Did you do a walkthrough with them?
I did do a walkthrough, yes.
When?
I did a walkthrough a few days after they left. Their last day was May 11th. It was within a couple of days of their last day.
It was actually on 5/9.
Then
Do you
it was
have a
it was
copy of that
I do.
walkthrough? Well, it's
Still
not mine.
feel-
Your lease. You signed
Yeah,
it.
but I still feel it's.
I don't care what you
legally
feel.
right.
You signed
Okay.
it. Okay. So $895 is what's left of the security deposit.
She was on Facebook saying she couldn't wait for her niece to get here.
Okay, I said that, and then after that, at the hospital, when my mom was there until 3 o'clock in the morning with
You're
you,
right. Your mom
going
was there with me.
Okay, let me
I'm very
speak, let me
appreciative of your
speak,
mom being there
let
with
me
me. I'm not
speak,
saying.
Let me speak.
Speak.
She went to work the next day, sleepy as ever. She's doing all of this, and she calls me crying, saying that she finds out.
How many times did you see her daughter?
Every day.
Did you ever see anyone else in the house?
Yes, her boyfriend.
Did you see him there up until May?
Yes.
What's his name? Last name?
Littrell.
Anybody else?
Yeah, it was in November, December that another female moved into the...
Mr. Davis.
All right. Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel good. So
Good.
now my sons can know their little brother.
Good, good. That's what we want to hear. And I see, Miss Nielsen, that you have tears in your eyes in this moment. What are you feeling?
Name?
Fisher.
How long did she stay?
She would come down and visit.
How long did she stay?
She stayed initially for 3 weeks,
And?
then went back up to her mother's,
And?
and then she came back for an additional 3 weeks.
So she was there for 6 weeks?
Yes.
Littrell?
He would take care of my dog.
Had an extra finger also, and this is something that I believe that she was told. I don't believe that.
I was not.
Listen, lady.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Markia, what you're saying is you believe she always knew there was a family member on her side that also had the sixth finger.
Yes, I think
but
that
was
it's
hiding that
inevitable.
information.
Yes.
Zero. Nothing.
So, Ms. Jackson, I can see the tears in your eyes. How does that make you feel as a mother? I can see the pain. Can you express that to the court?
It hurts a lot, actually, knowing that somebody so beautiful that took after both of us, that was made from both of us when me and him were thieves. And everything just got torn apart because somebody didn't want to be a father.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
don't believe you are Micaiah's biological father.
I have doubts.
You do.
Yes.
And is the testimony of Ms. Jackson true that in the beginning you were there?
In the beginning, yes, I was always there. And I actually got kicked out of their house. That's why I wasn't there. And they don't let me see her.
Last time Mr. Brennan saw Micaiah.
3 years ago this December.
All right, so let's go back a bit because I do want to understand how we got here. You all were in a relationship, you were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sweethearts, high school sweethearts.
Yes.
And at some point, you find out you're pregnant.
Yes.
So, Ms. Jackson, you want the defendant to man up.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain.
I just wish he would be there for his child and step up to the plate with his responsibilities, pretty much, and be there like he was in the beginning when he didn't have a doubt.
What is he doing currently? You admit you slept with another man around the time of conception, but you are certain Ms. Fleming is your child's grandmother.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Fleming, why is it so important for you to get a DNA test done today?
Your Honor, it's so important to me, first of all, because I love Adriana and I love Alina. I love Alina.
I'm this child's grandmother.
Absolutely.
Let me jump in.
Yes.
Let me get involved.
Right, because my son wasn't there, so I felt like I had to be there for her because he's not available.
That is admirable.
And Your Honor, I have evidence here. I was very excited about the baby.
Pregnancy, was Mr. Brennan there?
He was there throughout the whole pregnancy.
He was supportive.
Oh, yes.
Take me back to that time and explain to me what was going on then.
Okay, so I found out I was pregnant. We started talking about everything, and he was there. We hung out all the time. We walked together almost every day whenever it came down to getting ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you admit you're not using protection.
Yes.
Now, okay, if you told her you don't really have feelings for her, well, so be it. I can't change that. But you have to understand that you are most certainly a possibility if the window of conception matches up to the time you're in a sexual relationship with her.
I know it was other people involved that could also be the father.
Understood.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I have a birth certificate, and he has a last name of...
When my water broke, I woke him up, and he immediately jumped up and took me to the hospital.
During your pregnancy or at the birth, did he ever question paternity?
He did.
He did?
He did.
What happened?
Before I had got pregnant, I was with one of my exes when me and him were on a break. And then after that, we got back together.
He's born with a lazy eye. My daughter has a lazy eye. And I did notice a while ago that Natasha had a lazy eye in the same exact eye. And it's the same thing. And my daughter was born with dimples. His grandmother has dimples. I don't have dimples, but I don't know where the dimples come from.
Right, I don't know.
But his grandma was born with dimples.
And we want to, as my family needs to know, we need to know the truth. My son has asked me several times. He explains that he does not want his family to not be certain. So that is why we're here today. And there have been several things that have taken place, and Kelvin needs to have this test. He's written me letters saying that he wants to know. So I have proof.
There was a time we talked about getting a place and
Negative.
being
It was never
together.
like that.
There was a time
We never talked about anything but...
But I honestly, I didn't know if he was
Never.
real. I knew about his other
You know,
life.
I never
so
had feelings for you.
Now I know that.
Mr. Davis, you're having sex with this woman for a course of months. Like, maybe there was a chance for a relationship there?
Yeah, honestly, I did. I had feelings for Mr. Davis, and he was well aware of that. He was playing me, obviously, because we said we loved each other. He would tell me
never
things.
told
Yes,
you that.
did. And we would talk on the phone. I was in a different city. I would travel on the train.
You are suing the defendant for fraudulent misrepresentation because you say she deceived you and your son, Calvin, into believing her daughter, Alina, is his child. You've petitioned the court for a paternity test and are asking the court to award you $500 in expenses.
Live there.
Yes.
Full time.
Yes.
Don't roll your eyes and don't say anything that is going to come back at you later. You know, do you understand? It's going to be a problem.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I do.
You don't want to make a problem.
No.
Okay. Now, did you live there full time?
Yes.
Did your daughter live there full time? Bird, would you show it to the Johnsons, please?
Okay.
Security deposit was $1,500. When to when?
It was April 2013 to May 2014.
And what's the address?
I don't know it off the top of my head. Would you like me to read it?
No, the address of where you were living for a year. No, don't look there.
Okay.
No. Don't look there.
Okay.
How old are you?
45.
aware of it well before. He may not have gotten the bill for it until after, where they said this is the reason for it. But he did the walkthrough and signed the document that said, I'm accepting the premises back from you.
Was a condo.
Did he ever sleep over?
Yes, about.
Just a second.
Yes.
Just answer my question.
Yes.
So he would sleep over?
Yes.
And I assume that when he slept over with you?
Well, most relationships, I guess, would do that.
Miss Fleming, in that moment when you heard about her family member also having the sixth finger, that was the moment you began to doubt.
To my feet.
She was so
I
different.
had everything in me that it took to
That's good.
stay
That's
there
okay.
the whole time because I was like, what do I do? Do I stay or?
2-year-old Caden. It has been determined by this court. The biological father is. It has been determined by this court